everyone, welcome back for another Back Friday. If you were with us last week, you know that we took a ride in a combine, and we came right here to Legacy at the Fostoria Grain Terminal. So we took a look from the farmer's side, and today we're going to take a look from a worker here at Legacy, and I have with us Kelsey Brodman. She is the grain marketer here. So we're going to talk a little bit about what she does and some of the logistics behind after the grain comes to the elevator, what happens. So, and if you recall, in the previous episode, we also talked about agribusiness careers. So if you have an interest in ag, this may be something you want to look into. So welcome, Kelsey. So it's a pleasure to have her. So can you just start off by telling us what does a grain marketer do?
So we actually wear a lot of different hats, a lot of different things, but our main focus is education and really helping the farmer develop a marketing plan that's going to get the best price possible for their commodities. But like I said, we focus on education a lot. There's a lot of different contracts and components to our job, and like Kristen and Custer has a coffee with Kristen. I prefer to do one-on-one, so I usually like to have guys come in and sit down with me to work through different types of contracts and decide what best works for their farm. During this time of year, we spend a lot of time on the bookkeeping side with helping guys make decisions on income needs and what they need to do over their contracts, that kind of thing.
Good. I'm sure the farmers really appreciate some guidance when it comes to this, especially, when some farmers, it's a legacy in terms of their family. So when, they're passing it down to sons, daughters, I'm sure that's very, very helpful.
Yeah, we're definitely there all along, or all throughout the way. I've watched people have children and see those kids come through the line in the trucks, and then as farms transition, we've been there to help them, through all sorts of, all the legal stuff, and kind of helping them do all of that type of transitioning and splitting and whatnot. So we're kind of there to do it all.
Good. So there's probably quite a difference, or maybe I don't understand it fully, but during harvest time, the grain terminal is very busy with people coming in. So can you tell us a little bit about how responsibilities change from harvest time to non-harvest time?
A lot of the responsibilities are dependent upon the market. So this year, with the market being a lot higher at harvest, we're a lot busier than normal. So dealing with different contracting and overages, that type of thing is the main focus of harvest. The grain gets delivered, applied to the contract, and then a lot of decision making happens on what happens after that contract is filled. This year is being a little different with the market being up. People are making lots of different decisions than normal. So that's really the workload difference during harvest.
Very good. So those who are interested in agribusiness careers, I'm curious if you tell them what type of background or what type of education is required to do what you do.
Typically, we require a bachelor's degree to have this sort of position, but really anyone can learn this. I personally have a bachelor's in animal science and marketing, so obviously my thought was more in feed sales and nutrition when I originally went to college, but I ended up here doing grain marketing, completely different. So like I said, anybody can learn this, and I'm teaching this to farmers. People who are 60, 70 years older are learning right alongside with me, so really anybody can do it.
Yeah, good. And things change in farming year after year, so it's great to have a resource to keep up on things, like she said, to educate farmers collectively or on a one-on-one basis. So that's awesome. I always love hearing how people's journeys get going and how they get into agriculture. Some of us are born into it, others kind of fall on it by chance. So tell us a little bit about why ag.
So I actually grew up in town. I'm from Deschler originally, went to Patch Henry, and I had nothing but a dog in my house. So agriculture was never really something I was exposed to until I went to high school. My FFA teacher was
about ag is all the different connections that we can make in a variety of ways. So, all right, so the next thing I kind of wanted to go into is what happens after the farmer brings their crops here. So as we went through last week, you kind of stop at a station where you get the grain probes so they can do the test weights, kind of look for impurities. And then behind us you can see dump stations 1 and 2, and that basically takes them to the large bins that we have here. And then Kelsey's going to kind of walk us through. We're going to go look at the dryer and where the crops actually go. So you want to take us on a tour from here?
Yeah, I can. But first I'll talk about where it actually goes.
Oh, yeah.
Past us. A lot of it stays local with ADM and Manel right here in our backyard. So at the grocery store, if you see really anything, Manel makes it flour, lots of flour and pretzels. So a lot of Northwest Ohio's wheat goes right across the street and into your stores, into products that you use every day. If it leaves Fostoria, usually we see it go down to the southeast and feed chickens, which we usually market through Purdue. So if you see Purdue chicken nuggets in the store, that's Northwest Ohio soybeans and corn feeding those chickens. Just recently, a few weeks ago, we've sent out several different trains that actually went to China. They were loaded, they went down to the Gulf, and then loaded on a boat and headed to China. So that's pretty neat. Northwest Ohio sending beans all the way to China.
Yeah, very good. So a direct correlation to those of you who may not be on the farm or do anything ag related. You're getting this stuff at the grocery store, and it's right here in Northwest Ohio. That is super cool. And I don't know about you or any of the other farmers, but I take great pride in that. That's pretty sweet.
The other couple of brands you can look for are like Nabisco, Oreos, Nutter Butters. Those are all made locally too in Toledo area. And some of our wheat has gone that way as well.
Very cool. All right, so let's. I'm actually gonna flip the camera around as Kelsey continues to talk. Well, we're gonna take a look at what we have here.
So this is the leg where the grain goes into the pit, up the leg, and into the elevator into various bins, and then eventually goes back out the rail.
Yeah, you want to show the rails? You want to talk about the new system?
So we just recently upgraded this system. There's 7 tracks, and it allows us to load about 85 to 100 cars in about 9 hours or so. So all of the track and ties are new for this year. Some cars here that are loaded with corn that will be shipped out probably shortly if the railroad ships up.
And we are pelted, not really. It doesn't hurt, but it's all over us. Okay.
That's another leg that helps with move grain where it needs to be throughout the elevator. Directly to the right-hand side there is the gray kind of tube. It's the dryer, dry the corn,